Hello children, welcome to the science online class. Okay, hereafter we are moving to the next chapter, that is synthetic fibers and plastics. Okay, the topic name, the lesson name is synthetic fibers and plastic. Okay, what are the cloths, ma? Daily you are wearing different types of cloths, isn't it? For some functions you may wear some silk fabrics. Okay, silk cloths, and otherwise in your home you are at home means you will wear in the night time you will wear the cotton cloths, etc., like that. Okay, the cloths are made up of fabrics. Okay, a piece of cloth is called as fabric. Okay, these fabrics are made up of yarns. Okay, and these yarns are made up of fibers. So to make a cloth, first of all we have to make the fibers. Okay, fibers. With the fibers the yarns are made, and with the yarn the fabrics are made, and with the fabrics the clothes we wear are made. Okay, so in your lower classes you may um, came to know about different types of fibers, isn't it? Okay, in our daily life we are using many articles with which they are made up of fibers. And in your book page number 32 they have given a table 3.1 natural and artificial fibers. What you have to do is you have to separate your list your articles, different articles in your home, and you have to mention type of fiber which that article is made up of. Okay, it may be some natural some things can be made by natural fibers, or some others may be made up of artificial fibers. So you have to separate these articles which are made up of natural and which are made up of artificial fibers. Okay, so the next thing is, what are natural and synthetic fibers? Natural fibers you will learn from the lower classes, isn't it? Natural fibers are obtained from uh, cotton, that is plants and animals, isn't it? Natural fibers are obtained from the sources of plants and animals. What about synthetic fibers? They are made up of human beings. They are made by human beings. Okay, so these fibers are called synthetic or man-made fibers. Okay, what are the natural fibers? Here are some examples of natural fibers. First one is the cotton. The second one, that is cotton, is obtained from the plant. And the next one is the wool. Okay, wool is obtained from sheep, animals, and silk is also obtained from animals. One more natural example for natural fiber is jute. Okay, lower classes you have studied in detail. Cotton is obtained from its balls, that is fruits. Okay, and the jute is obtained from the stem of the plant. Okay, wool is the skin of the sheep, and silk is obtained from that is silkworm. From its cocoons it will obtain, the silk fiber will obtain. Okay, these are called as natural fibers. The next one, what are synthetic fibers? So what is synthetic means a synthetic fiber is a chain of small units joined together. Okay, you can see your necklace. Okay, see your necklace, it will in your necklace what is there, ma? What will be there? Small beads will be collected into a single necklace. Okay, small beads, one by one they have arranged in a same order. It may be of same size and the same color beads, like that. So arranging the small beads it will form a necklace. And also in your book they have given some two figures in 3.1. First one is necklace and the second one is paper clips. They are joined to form long chains. And also you will play with the stapler pins, isn't it? You continuously arrange your that stapler pins and it will look like a chain. So this is how the synthetic fibers are made. This is the example for how the synthetic fibers are making. Okay. So and a synthetic fiber is a chain of small units joined together. Each small unit is actually a chemical substance. That means we are arranging the chemical substances, individual small, very small chemical substances in a chain, in a loop. Okay. So and this and make it as a small one unit, single unit. So this unit is called as the synthetic fiber. Okay. Next one, very important one. Okay, many such small units combine to form large single unit called a polymer. What is a polymer means? Polymers are very large molecules made when hundreds of monomers join together to form long chains. Okay. The word polymer comes from the Greek word. Poly means many and meros means single units or single parts. Okay, small parts or small unit. So these two words combine to form a word polymer. Poly means many and meros means parts or units, small units. And what is monomer means? Mono means single. Mono means single, poly means many. Okay. So these monomers joined together and form the polymer. Okay. And also this is made by human beings, isn't it? So these synthetic fibers are called as man-made fibers. And one more thing, the polymers occur in nature also. Okay, polymers will occur in nature also. For example, cotton. Cotton is the polymer called cellulose. Cotton is also a polymer, but it obtained from nature. Okay, it occurs in nature. That polymer is called as cellulose. Cotton is made up of the polymer called cellulose. It is made up of a large number of glucose units. Okay. Cellulose is a polymer and the single unit, that monomer, is called as the glucose. Okay. In that glucose units are large number of glucose units are arranged and it is called as cellulose. Okay. The next one, types of synthetic fibers. There are many varieties of synthetic fibers obtained. For examples, rayon, nylon, polyester, acrylic, etc. Okay, there are many more varieties. The types are there, but we have given few of them. Okay, the next one, rayon. Rayon is the first artificial fiber, first synthetic fiber. Okay, in the class of 7th, you will learn that silk fiber is obtained from silkworm and it was discovered in China, and the Chinese people kept it as a very secret, okay, for a long time. And also the fabric obtained from silk fiber was very costly. But its beautiful texture fascinated everybody because everybody likes silk fabric, isn't it? Many attempts were made to make silk artificially. Okay, by this continuous researchers, they towards the end of the 19th century, the scientists were successfully in obtaining the fiber having properties similar to that of silk. They are discovered, that is they have find fiber which is equal, that is similar in properties of silk. Okay, such a fiber was obtained by chemical treatment of wood pulp. Okay, by the wood pulp they are obtain they're doing some chemical methods, and they finally they were obtained the fiber, synthetic fiber. This fiber was called as the rayon fiber, or it is called as the artificial silk, because it is based on the properties of silk. Okay, so it is called as artificial silk. Although the that rayon is obtained from the natural source, that is wood pulp. It is obtained from the wood pulp, yet it is a man-made fiber, because by doing some chemical methods they have obtained that rayon. So it is called as the man-made fiber, and it is cheaper than silk and can be woven like silk fibers. It is cheaper than silk, because silk is the very costly fiber. Comparing to silk, the rayon is the cheaper one, and it can be woven like silk fibers. Okay, and also it can be dyed in a wide variety of colors. It can be dyed means coloring. Okay, it can be dyed in a wide variety of colors. Okay, rayon is a mixture with cotton to make bed sheets, or mixed with wool to make carpets. Okay, rayon is actually used for making bed sheets and also carpets. Nowadays it is used to make some other articles. Okay, the next one is the nylon. Okay, nylon is the another man-made fiber. In 1931, it was made without using any natural raw material. That is, any natural raw material means it won't use any plant or animal products. Okay, it is completely made without any natural raw material, and it was prepared from coal, water and air. Using the coal, water and air only, nylon will be prepared. Okay, and so it was called as the first fully synthetic fiber. Okay, rayon is the semi-synthetic fiber, and the nylon is the fully synthetic fiber. Nylon fiber was very strong, elastic and light, and it was also lustrous. Lustrous means shining. Okay, it will have more it will have more shining. Okay, and it is also easy to wash, so it became very popular for making clothes, and we may use many articles made from nylon. Okay, nylon fibers is used for fine saris, thread, reel thread, ropes, fishing lines and fishing nets, carpets, raincoats, swimwear, parachutes, umbrella, etc. These are the uses of nylon fiber. Okay, next one. They have given one activity in your book, page number 34, activity 3.1. This activity is to check the strength of the fibers. Okay, in this one they have given that take an iron stand with a clamp and take a cotton thread of about 60 centimeter length. Tie it with a clamp. We have to tie the thread with a clamp so that it hangs freely. Okay, and at the free end of the thread you have to suspend a pan. Okay, suspend a pan so that the weight can be placed in it. Okay, in your book page number 34 there is a picture in 3.5. Likewise you have to make. Okay, you have to suspend the thread, cotton thread, and at the free end you have to suspend the plate. Okay, pan, that is pan, to place weight in it. Okay, then add weight one by one. Okay, you have to add one by one the weight till the thread breaks. Okay, okay, in a particular time. Okay, if you add some more weights, the thread will be breaks. Okay, until we have to add the weights one by one only, and note down the total weight. Okay, total weight required to break the thread. Okay, this weight indicates the strength of the fiber. Okay, at what weight it breaks, that weight indicates the strength of this fiber. Okay, and also you have to repeat the same activity with the threads of wool, polyester, silk and nylon, and you have to tabulate your observations in a table. So okay, from this table we can understand clearly which thread is very strong, because the weight will be for which thread the weight is used more much means it will so that fiber is called as the very strongest fiber. And also they have given a note, all the threads should be of the same length. Okay, the length should not be varied. Okay, and also of the same thickness we have to use the thread. Okay, so you may use a hook or a nail on the wall for hanging the fibers, and a polythene bag at the other end. In place of weights you may use marbles of similar size. Marbles or pebbles you may use. Okay, from your observations you can understand which fiber is very strong. Okay, from this activity you may know the nylon is the very strongest fiber, because it is a thread actually stronger than a steel wire. Okay, steel is a metal, isn't it? So it will be stronger than a steel wire. So the strongest fiber is the nylon fiber. Okay, children. Okay, the next one, polyester. Okay, polyester is the another synthetic fiber, and fabrics made from this fiber does not get wrinkled easily. It won't wrinkle easily, and it remains crisp. It remains crisp. It won't wrinkle after many washes, and also it is easy to wash. So it is quite suitable for making dress material. Okay. For example, terylene. Okay, in polyester, terylene is a popular polyester. It can be drawn into very fine fibers that can be woven like any other yarn. Okay, terylene can make into it may drawn into very fine fibers about compared to the any other fiber, any other yarn. Okay, and also in page number 35 they have given, my mother always buys pet bottles and pet jars for storing rice and sugar. I wonder what pet is. This is not PET, this is pet. Okay, pet means polyethylene terephthalate. Okay, polyethylene terephthalate is the abbreviation for pet. Okay, in your home you may use your pet bottles, that is your water bottles will be in some that plastic water bottles. You will see in that pet bottles. Okay, pet jars you can see. This is what pet means, polyethylene terephthalate. Okay, is the very familiar form of polyester. It is another form of polyester. And also it is used for making bottles, utensils, films, wires and many other useful products. Okay. Okay, and they have given one more note to us. Polyester. Polyester is actually made up of the repeating units of a chemical called an ester. Already we have known that poly means many. Okay, it is the repeated form of ester, chemical called ester. Esters are the chemicals which give fruits their smell. These esters will smell like the fruits. Okay, fabrics are sold by names like polycot, polywool, terracotta, etc. As the name suggests, these are made by mixing two types of fibers. Okay, for example, polycot means it is the mixture of polyester and cotton, and polywool means it is the mixture of polyester and wool. Okay, so these are the types of the uses of polyester. And the next one, acrylic. Okay, next one is the acrylic. We wear sweaters and use shawls or blankets in the winter. Okay, many of us think that these are made up of wool, but most of the sweaters, shawls or blankets we are using in the winter is not made up of wool. It is resembles like the wool, but it is made up of acrylic, that is the synthetic fiber. Okay, it is made up of acrylic. The wool obtained from natural sources is quite expensive. Okay, the wool is quite expensive. So the cloths made from acrylic and are relatively cheap comparing to wool. The cloths made up of acrylic are cheap. Okay, and also they are available in variety of colors. Okay, they will available in variety of colors. And synthetic fibers are more durable and affordable, which makes them more popular than natural fibers. Okay, comparing to natural fibers, it will work for a long time. Okay, it won't damage for a long time. So many of us want interested in the synthetic fibers. Okay, and one more important thing, you have already learnt in the lower class that burning natural of the fibers. Okay, burning natural of the synthetic fibers. Okay, what did you observe in class 7th? You may learnt. Okay, when you burn synthetic fibers, you will see it, their behavior is different from that of the natural fibers. Okay, when you are burn synthetic fibers, what will happen now? It will melt on heating. Okay, when you burn the synthetic fibers, it will started to melt. So this is actually a disadvantage of synthetic fibers. If you wear the synthetic cloths made up of synthetic fibers, if suppose the cloth catches fire, means it can be very dangerous, because the fabric will melts and sticks to the body. Okay, it sticks to the body of the person that wearing it. Okay, so we should not wear any synthetic clothes while working in the kitchen or nearby any heating devices, that is we are working near the fire itself, means we should not wear the synthetic cloths. Okay, so only they have in many instructions at Deepavali or something, also wear cotton cloths while you are cracking the fire the crackers. And also you have to wear cotton cloths while you are cooking in the kitchen. Because of the reason, the synthetic fibers melts and stick to the body. Okay, so it is very dangerous one. So avoid synthetic fibers near any heating. Okay, that is any near fire. We have to avoid wearing the synthetic fibers. It is better to wear cotton clothes. Okay, and the last one, all the synthetic fibers are prepared by a number of processes using raw materials of petroleum origin. Okay, some raw materials will be obtained from the petroleum origin, and they are called as petrochemicals. By these petrochemicals, they will use continuously many processes. These petrochemicals are drawn into many number of process, continuously chemical process, and finally we will obtain the synthetic fibers. Okay, children. Okay, that's all. Up to this, you have to read from your book thoroughly, and we will meet in the next class. Thank you, children.